Hello everyone, I'm Steven from Tomo's team, and today this workshop will give you some idea about how to onboard users to your hackathon products or projects, and typically through Tomo SDK. The title of this presentation is about Web3 login made easy with Tomo SDK. So our goal is to make people easier to use your applications, smoothly use their wallet, their assets, and enjoy the fantasy applications you developed for the network. Okay. So I will start from the very beginning because I don't know your backgrounds or overall knowledge about what you are going to build. So here is a very basic rough architectures about what is a wallet and how you should consider using wallets in your application. So basically, wallet grant authority of user assets to the DApp. So when you are building a DApp, you usually have some smart contracts on a blockchain network. We serve as a decentralized servers for all the main important logic handling user assets. And then the DApp will wrap all the user-oriented logic in a server, no matter at the back end or through some website front end. It helps the users understanding what they are going to do and wrapping their decisions into transactions, and then send the transactions to the blockchain. And the most important part of this logic is you need to have a wallet, which will bridging the logic you are going to handle in the DApp and the assets owned by the users. So the users will grant the authority over of their assets to your DApp through the wallet and by the signing the transactions. So simply you just need to understand what DApp do is to specify the scope of authorities or through the transactions. So you need to, in your work, you need to define how you are going to handle users' assets. And then the user will operate through the wallet to approve what you're trying to let user do. For example, you are going to letting user to buy some NFT they selected. So you need to wrap the logic in a transaction, like you pay 10 USDT, and then you will get this NFT. So this logic is in your DApp, and then it is represented in transactions and will be delivered to the user, and user will approve it as their authorizations procedures through the wallet. And then eventually the signed transaction will be sent to the blockchain and finish all the logic. So this is the very high level architectures about what is happening in most DApp applications. And what Tomo do is to help DApp and users to safely use wallets of the authorization procedures. So here you can see what happens here is DApp need to have some access to the wallet services. So where is our Tomo SDK doing? We are helping DApp to get some functions, for say signing transactions and sending transactions, signing message, whatever logic you need to handle with the wallet. And DApp need to expose the business logic to the users through your front end. And then users, for example, when they trying to trigger some logic, for example, like buying some items, they need to click the buttons through the front end, and DApp will call SDKs to the wallet services, and wallet services will, in our case, will pop up windows to the users for authentication. And these authentication procedures usually user will use their passkey or their PayPin or their password. So some ways they will authenticate their actions, and then the wallet service will return you, for example, the signed transaction, so you can send the system. So this is the interaction protocols between the three parties. And what you need to do is you need to design your nice front end to help user understand what your DApp is doing and attract them to do their to use your services. And then what we do is we provide the nice SDK, simplify all the procedures of SDK and authentications. Okay, so now you see these services, you will wonder how indeed these wallet services handle the authorities over users' assets. So if you have some idea about the security behind a wallet, you will know there will be some custodial wallets. So for example, like some CEX based applications, they just log in with, for say, Binance accounts. And in this case, a custodial wallet means the private key of the user of the wallet is stored somewhere in, for say, the app or the CEX, so not accessible by the users. And this means if the users or like if the app is hacked or for some there are some security issue happens, the app or the one who store the secrets need to handle all the responsibilities, all the losses due to the key loss. And in this case, the DApp usually also need to handle all the authentication part. Another way is we separate the key management from the DApp, which is what Tomo is doing also. And also we help the user securely manage their private key. This is also usually called a non-custodial wallet, where the user can have the full control over the key. And this key may not necessarily be stored in the user's local device. It can be stored in some trusted execution environment. And the guarantee is only user can have the full access to the secrets. No others, guys, no DApp, not even the Tomos have access to users' keys. So everything should be done only by the users. And this is the basic concepts you need to know about the wallet services and its security. So now let's focus on the product we are going to introduce. What you are going to use in these hackathons could be our Tomo EVM SDKs. We typically design our SDKs for the web-based DApp. It's in TypeScript, so you can use it in your web-based applications front end. So it supports secure login. So as you can see here, we support wallet login, also the social login through all these methods, and also through users' mobile app. You see here also including a CEX wallet service, CEX services. And we have a one unified wallet across all the app. So it means like when you integrate Tomo SDKs, user don't need to start from a blank wallet and need to move coins from their own other wallets. They can just log in with their social account and they have access to their Tomo wallet, which is the unified one wallet across all the app. So this can reduce the barriers for users to onboarding to a new DApp, and also they can share all access to their assets across all the app. And also we support 50 more extension wallets. So if people like to use their existing wallets through extensions, it's also welcomed. They can use it through the SDK. And we are across 30 plus EVM chain. So if you are doing some multi-chain applications, you're going to move assets from story to other chain or from other chain to story, you can do with one SDK easily. And importantly for security, we are non-custodial. So we're based on qubits that I will introduce later. So you can have safely guarantees for users to securely use your DApp. And also Tomo will handle the authentication layers. So you don't need to worry about any authentication issues for your users. You just need to design your DApp based on Tomo SDK interfaces. And then the UX, the model of Tomo will guarantee the user can safely authenticate all operations and give you the result through a synchronous call. So again, very importantly, we want to simplify the user access to the Web3 app. So we use one SDK for the social login and extension wallet together. And as I mentioned again, like when you have social login, you are basically logging with one Tomo wallet. So this is a very important concept. For example, here we may have 20 or 30 projects teams building projects. So if you are all using Tomo SDK, then that means when user trying to use your applications, they just need to log in with their Google account and, for say, charging on-ramp some tokens, and they can use those tokens for all your applications. They don't need to offboarding or like sending initiate application wallet for all different projects, and also they can access to your projects from different devices freely. So that's the magic of social login, and what we doing very hard for using the backend, a Tomo backend to support the social login. And also, like if people want to use the extension wallets, we also support that. So for those very good Web3 OG, they can easily use their existing extension wallets to access your app. So how we support the unified wallet experience. So very importantly, we have some Tomo account systems at our backend, and this is linked with users' social account. So we currently support Google, Telegram, Twitter, and Kakao for Korean, typically for Korean users. So when people use these applications and they never register the Tomo account, they can onboarding, they can create a Tomo wallet through this social account, and then Tomo will help them create a non-custodial wallet at our backend side with our key dedications systems. And then if you log out from the Tomo wallet and then you relog in with the same social account in any other devices with like complete the OAuth security requirements, then you will log in back to the same wallet. So that helps, for example, in this hackathon case, different teams, testers or users can use one wallet for all different projects. This can help you reduce your workloads onboarding new users. So new users don't need to reinitiate a new wallet and pull in monies for any cases. And all assets and history are preserved in the wallet. So that's the most important things of our concept. Also, by having the unified systems, we can provide in some additional features for our app users. So for example, we have some internal swap on-ramp systems, and also we support multi-chains and have better security considerations for the social login users. So for example, for native swap, it allows users to easily swap between token pairs. So for example, if people already have some, let's say Ethereums, Ethers in the Ethereum mainnet, they can easily swap to the story tokens and enjoy or like use the projects you are going to build. So this can reduce the burdens for people to initiate the project. And also for you guys, when you build a project, you can also allow people to easily use some popular tokens to swap to your tokens easily, or like some other tokens you are going to charge easily. One example is if you are going to use for say USDT for charge, you can allow people to to swap their existing Ethereum or Bitcoin or any other different chains or existing tokens to the USDTs and for paying your services. So this can reduce the burden of swap of using the DApp. Another feature is on-ramp. So on-ramp is fiat versions of swap. So now people don't need to use existing tokens to get the destination token you want them to use. They can directly use credit card to pay to pay and buy your selected tokens and use the services. So these are all internal features supported by Tomo. We providing CX swap tools and DX swap tool, and we work with our service providers for on-ramp. So you don't need to take considering anything about these two services. You just need to create the buttons to expose the entries, and then you just need to helping people to understand, like, if they want to buy the services, they don't need to have very difficult onboarding procedures. They just click swap with their existing tokens or on-ramp with their credit card. They can easily get the token you need for your DApp and then enjoy the application business. And this is how we're trying to help people or helping you guys to help users have uninterrupted journeys in your website applications. So what about security? So our security, our wallet provide a non-custodial services. So all the key are preserved by the Qubist security services, which is based on hardwares. If you know, it's called trusted execution environment. It's a secure hardware certified by secure hardware service providers and Intel and some other famous service providers. And then all logic, execution logic inside these hardwares are kind of fixed and certified it, and they will provide the signatures to prove that no one have changed the execution logic inside. So very importantly, we use these kind of secure hardwares for managed key. So it can store the private key and can securely sign the transactions inside the hardware. So only if the user passes the authentications, sending the proof of authentication results to this secure hardware, then this hardware will sign a transaction. So this is a very important logic behind the security of wallet, because if, for say, we handle the authentication through our DApp services, well, it's not impossible, but it's annoying, and it may introduce a lot of security bugs. So that's why we help you not to consider anything about authentication. Tomo already has a well-tested flaws for authentications. So whenever people use, so whenever you use our SDKs to, for say, request the users to sign the transactions, we will have independent pop-up windows to notify people what is going to happen when you click this send transaction, sign transaction, and they need to do some authentication behaviors, and then these behaviors will trigger the important information sent to Qubist and pass everything and eventually send back the signed transactions. So here are some details. So importantly, keys are generated within the secure hardware, so no one can even like read it or use it due to the definition of secure hardware. And also, the encryptions are well tested, standard as the security solutions. Signing also happens in isolated enclaves, so make sure no one can inject different message inside. And rootkey never touch really the memory or browsers. So like, for say, when you develop the front end, you don't need to worry anything about the client device security or like the server security related to the user key, because it happens in layers in secure environment. Okay, so well, I think you will not touch it, but for safety reasons and because of the non-custodial control, user can export their keys, but while they export the keys, the security are no longer guaranteed by the hardware, because it already has a copy outside of the secure hardware, and they need to pass some 48-hour protocols with the MFA to make sure like the real users can maybe find out potential some social attack over their identities using the Tomo wallet or something like that. So this is how we guarantee the non-custodial control over the whole wallet. So if you are interested in this, you can also check the Tomo's documents for the security section, or you can directly contact me if you have some concerns over the security, some questions over this part. Okay, so above are all about the our SDKs. So now for developers, I guess you will be more interested in the following part. So how you can use the Tomo SDK in your the app. So basically what we suggest you to use is you use React framework plus WAGMI. So this is the well-tested framework for you to build applications. And then you just integrate the Tomo EVM kit. And you will be able to embed the model like this into your D app. You can test with this UI demo to see how it will look like, and you can configure how many chains you want to access through the SDK, how many, you can also customize the theme about it. So what you need to do is very simple. First, you need to install the dependency. So here are some dependencies we show. Basically, most important is WAGMI and Tomo EVM kit. These tools are something you can use if you need. And then you can just create basic TypeScript applications. To use the SDK, you need two ID. First is a client ID. You need to register. Usually, you need to register through Tomo dashboard, but today you don't need to do that. We will provide a questionnaire for you later, and then you can register through the questionnaire, and we will directly send you a pre-assigned client ID. And also, you need a project ID. So you need to register through Wallet Connect dashboard. So this is something you need to do yourself, and luckily they don't have any barrier for this, so you can safely register yourself. And you need to config. So for using a model, you need to config this style CSS. Well, I guess most of you guys will need to use it. And if you use Next.js, which is kind of a welcome standards for using React framework, then you also need to transpile these three packages, so you can safely use. You can use our SDKs without any error. And the only work you need to set up with the SDK is basically create the config and then load the config, and basically that's all. So you need to specify the client ID, which we will assign to you after you register through the questionnaire. The app names, which you need to specify here, and project ID, which you need to register through the Wallet Connect page. Specify your chain. I think it's story, and it. If you are multi-chain, you need to specify others, which you can access through the WAGMI chains. And also, you need to check our spotted chains link. Then that's all. Basically, SSR you can do if you want. Also, you can specify the customize things through this config, and then you can just build all your logic in the components. So for now, we support two ways to build your logic. One is from Win, so it's kind of Rainbow style. You can check this document. or you can use Ether.js. Then you need to use a slightly different interfaces within the systems and probably Pure.js. You can also check our documents for the current supported interfaces and check how to write through the Ether.js. We do recommend you use Vim. And I guess most of you guys will not like code yourself only. So smartly use the AI Copilot. It can save you maybe 70 or 80% works using this JS code or the framework. So for using internal features, you need additional installs our shared type. And then you can check our documents. It's very easy. You just need to handle the actions, and then you just assign the actions to one button. Currently, we support 4 services for simplicity. So you don't need to handle the UI of these services. So all are handled by Tomo for security reasons. So for say, if you create a button for swap, when user click this button, they will jump to like a new window pop out, and they will handle all the swap related actions there. Also for send and receive. Receive is basically like give a QR code with some with address can be copied in the window. So these 4 features are something you can safely integrate in your app and guide people to use. Lastly, I guess most of you guys will be interested in is the bounty program. So Tomo has sponsored these hackathons. We want you guys to enjoy the hackathons and get some more incentives building good applications. So we will select 8 best projects as kind of winners for $1,000 each. We will evaluate according to your pitch idea. So what is your application for, why you are building it, why user will use your applications, how user can enjoy this, and how you make money, or like how you can contribute to the ecosystems. Things like that. You need to present your ideas in a pitch, and we do care about a pitch because it reflects your whole idea and philosophy about the application or your project. Well, other than pitch, you need to provide a demo, integrate the Tomo SDK, and you also need to open source this demo if you are not going to launch it directly on mainnet. And this demo should have main features of your pitch, and of course, with a bug, people can test it. And we will also judge the user experience according to the pitch and the demo. So basically, these are the criteria you need to take care during your journey in these times. And then we will select 8 best projects. But if there are less than 8 participants for these for the criteria, we will not necessarily select all 8 projects. So you need to do some good jobs to win these rewards. And also, if you finish your projects, you are also trying to launch your projects to the mainnet. We have additional 2,000 budgets for the projects that are trying to publish on the mainnet. So you can use these budgets for marketing, or like renting the servers, or like publishing the smart contracts. So if you are confident, or like you really want to make some good projects and really want to build the product for the users, contact us and we will give you necessary support. Contact our BD team. They will discuss these details with you guys. Okay, I think that's all. So this is the questionnaire you can use to register with your team. And then you can you need to specify your team names and the team contact and your email, so we can send you the client IDs, and you can also contact us for any necessary help you need. I will also send the link to the channel. Okay, that's all.